Hey everybody, welcome back to Kickin Bass TV. Some pretty exciting news today with the official release of our new signature lipless crankbait. We're going to show you the design process today, some of the custom finishes that are going to be available, how you guys can get your hands on one, and some footage of it in action. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Let's go. All right, guys, so if you've followed the channel long enough, you've probably already seen at least one of our videos by now featuring the lipless crankbait. It's one of my top 5 bass fishing lures. It's very versatile, very effective tool regardless of the time of year, whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. I've caught some of the biggest bass of my life on this one basic fishing lure, the style of which hasn't really evolved much over the last 150 years or so. Of course, the old school super spot from Cotton Cordell is something I sort of became known for over the last couple of years on the channel, especially that red craw. So I wanted to pay homage to that in the design of our signature series lipless, but also add a touch more realism with some fish scales, some gill plates, and realistic 3D eyes. So what we did, we took a few of our favorite designs, we used the best features from each, and the final result was the Lip Ripper, which is a 1/3 ounce slower sinking crankbait, 2.75 inches in length, a realistic bottom contour that's great for coming through grassier areas, while that flatter surface of the top will create a ton of vibration because of the increased resistance. Of course, that rattle sound, one of the #1 factors in enticing a strike. We added those engraved fish scales, gill plates, and a socket for a 5mm 3D realistic eye. These look amazing in or out of the water. These will be available in a ton of different custom finishes, one of which will be this metallic color shift perch. We started off with a base coat of metallic olive green, added a few color shift gold and blue powdered pigments. Once we cut a quick perch stencil, finished shading that in, all that we had to do was add a quick clear coat to it, and you could really start to see those gold to green highlights come to life. After hammering out all the finer details and getting it exactly where we wanted it, I got one painted up and took it out to a local body of water to put it to the test. Now, the reason I took it to this lake in particular, we've had a lot of success here in the past catching big bass on a red lipless, but also very problematic in that there are a lot of shallow rock beds and other obstructions that will easily get you hung up, and you can lose those 1/2 ounce crankbaits. So wanting to go a little bit lighter, but not quite as light as a 1/4 ounce, which we felt was a little too on the finesse side, settled with a 1/3 of an ounce, which seems to be just about perfect, especially for areas like this, that you can run it through those shallow flats, target those aggressive bass. And because we upgraded the hardware with these Gamakatsu treble hooks that are razor sharp and super dependable, your hookup ratio will be second to none. With quality hardware right off the line and a dynamic body style design, 2 reasons you're gonna wanna get your hands on the Lip Ripper lipless crankbait from Kickin Bass Custom Baits. One of the other things we spent a ton of time developing is the reaction bite factor. We all know a good rattle bait will entice that reaction bite on aggressive bass regardless of the time of year, but this is not just any rattle sound. We spent a ton of time trying to perfect this sound to get it exactly like the sound that a craw makes. And whether you're targeting largemouth or smallmouth bass, if they're feeding on craw in your waters, this is the bait you're going to want to throw. Last but not least, just want to touch on a common misconception amongst most bass anglers, and that's the fact that red baits aren't effective outside of the pre-spawn. This honestly couldn't be any further from the truth. We've discussed this in some of our previous videos, that because of the anatomy of the cones in the bass's eye, that they see green and red more than any other colors in the spectrum. So not only does the science dictate that any time of year is a good time to throw a red profile, but if you followed the channel long enough, you've seen we've proved it to you. Regardless of the time of season, we can go out and throw that red lipless and produce big bass. So if you're looking for a versatile lipless that you can fish in almost any condition with quality hardware guaranteed to increase your hookup ratio and available in an awesome custom finish, hit the link in the video description down below. Let me know what you're looking for. We will put something custom together for you. Head over to the Instagram or Facebook page, Kickin Bass Custom Baits, where you can place your order. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because that's the best way to show your support. And as always, I love to hear from you guys, so don't hesitate to leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Until next time, I'm D with Kickin Bass TV.
Subscribe!